guys, my name's Maureen Scallon-Fahler, and I am the president of the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce. And I want to thank you all for coming out here today to hear about all the great, wonderful things that we're doing here at the Chamber of Commerce. I have been with the Chamber. I'm just finishing my 7th year as the Chamber Executive President, and I'll tell you, I am just so impressed with the hard work that we have all done out here in the Bloomington community. The city, the businesses, everyone has really come together to ensure and make this chamber, of course I'm a little biased, probably the most viable, vibrant, and fun chamber in the metropolitan area. So we have a little PowerPoint program here for you this morning. I would like to start by going over what our mission statement is, and that is to partner with local businesses and the community to promote, support, and enhance business prosperity, civic vitality, and the quality of life in the Bloomington area. And the Chamber redid this mission statement a few years ago when the Bloomington Chamber Board of Directors came together really to start putting together a vision and a strategic plan for the Chamber that we could work on over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. So I would like to take the opportunity to bring up Robert Freeman, our current chair of the Bloomington Chamber Board of Directors, to say a few words. Robert.
Thank you, Maureen. Well, as I mentioned before, I'm Robert Freeman from Health Partners. I'm the 2015 chair of the Board of Directors for the Bloomington Chamber. And we have a slide up here that shows the rest of the board. The Bloomington Chamber Board of Directors consists of 22 directors that represent the broad base of the Bloomington Chamber's membership. The board reflects diversity in size of business, industry, and geography. While the majority of the directors are elected to the board, a few individuals serve in ex officio positions such as the chief of police, superintendent, and some others. The key responsibilities of the board are to establish policy, monitor finances as an important part of our fiduciary responsibilities, and adopt the key operating policies and procedures for the chamber. So these are our strategic goals. We engaged last fall in strategic planning and identified 4 strategic goals for our members: to achieve efficiencies and strengthen the Bloomington Chamber, to ensure organizational advancement, to serve as the voice of the business community, to increase member involvement and ensure the membership experience is meaningful, memorable, and measurable, and to be a resource and a connector for the business community and other interests. So we hope that we can do that. People always ask me, you know, why is Health Partners a member of the Chamber? And I kind of go back to the mission statement. It's, you know, because we live and we work in the community, we want to be part of that community, we want to ensure its success. And I think many people have many different reasons for joining the Chamber, but I think the more engaged you are, the more you'll get back out of it. So, thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Robert is just one of many great volunteers that we have here at the Chamber of Commerce, and I really appreciate your time and commitment. Robert spends a lot of time with myself out at meetings and attending events, so he really has suited up and showed up, and it's going to be sad when you move on to the past chair at the end of this year. We have a very unique structure here at our Chamber of Commerce, which kind of separates us from other chambers, if you will, in the metropolitan area. And we are part of a larger organization, and that is with the Minneapolis Regional Chamber of Commerce. So in 2000, the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce and the Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce, the leadership came together and started talking about maybe it would be best if we kind of linked arms, joined forces, provided some synergies and efficiencies to make us a better, bigger, and more robust Chamber of Commerce. And with that, the organizations merged into one. In 2004, the Northeast Chamber of Commerce came on board. This, as I said, is a unique structure. So when you come on board, if you're out here in Bloomington, Luann, you're a real estate agent. You're selling lots of homes and things here in Bloomington. Not only do you get to participate here in Bloomington, you get to be involved with the other two chambers of commerce as well. So you're getting one chamber membership. You're really getting three for the price of one. And that kind of sets us apart. And this is not to say anything on our other chambers around the metropolitan area. We work very closely with those. We just had an event last week with 3 other chambers. But this allows you to really maximize the chamber membership that goes beyond the Bloomington city limits. If your business solely and specifically is in the South Metro and Bloomington, great. Come on board, participate in Bloomington. If you want to have a farther reach, please get engaged in the other 2 chambers. Our members cross 11 counties and into Wisconsin. Tell me about the chamber membership. Who are they? Where do they come from? Well, we have over 1,000 members that belong to the Chamber of Commerce. They're in 1,500 different locations. So for instance, we're here at U.S. Bank today. All U.S. Bank branches are a member of the Chamber of Commerce. We have over 200,000, and I think this number, we actually have more employees to date. We'll have to update the slide by the end of the year. But over 200,000 employees are really members of the Chamber of Commerce. So what that means is when your business joins the chamber, all of your employees become chamber members as well. So we want to make sure that the takeaway when you leave here today is to make sure if part of your plan and part of your goals is to get your company engaged, please do so. We want to make sure that you get the most out of your chamber membership. Here's just, the counties that I mentioned a few minutes ago, which really, again, separates us from your typical local chamber of commerce. Mostly locals will totally focus on the city they're located in. But this structure allows us to reach on a regional level. So what's the size of these members? How many employees? The majority of the chamber's employees are that small business that represents 50 or below FTEs, full-time employees, as we refer to. So really the heart and the pulse is small business, but you just met Robert Freeman from Health Partners. We have several large businesses. Loeffler, you're a fairly big player out here in the Bloomington community. Pedig, I hope you come on board. 40 years, it takes us a little time, but we'll eventually find you. Thank you, Luann. But again, this is kind of the pulse of where the chamber is, and it's kind of our sweet spot. We want to ensure that our businesses succeed in our community, in the city of Bloomington and the South Metro area. I am now going to turn it over, or actually back to Rhonda to go over programs and events. I will be here for a while. If you have any questions, feel free to come and find me. And if you want to take, the time and meet with me, have a cup of coffee, I would love to. That's part of why I'm here, is to help you succeed and get the most out of your chamber membership. So Rhonda, it is all yours.
Thank you very much. Brent Pavian and I do the rest of the program here and kind of have a tag team effort. What gives me the right to stand up here is, as the director of membership, I'm working with all of our members on a variety of needs that they have, on resources, and also going out and meeting with prospective members. So I have a really great role. I've been in the chamber business about 16 years. I've worked for the State Chamber of Commerce. I've been the president of a chamber. I'm now the membership director here, and it's just a great fit for me because I'm all about members and that. I also happen to work about 15 minutes away, which is awesome. My former position as a president of one of our local chambers was up in the northwest suburbs. So transportation's a personal thing for me, and now that I'm 15 minutes away, it just works great. So that's kind of my information and that, so you can use that. So if you have questions in that throughout our program, feel free to ask Brent or I, and we are more than happy to try to answer them for you. And if we don't have the answer, we'll make sure that we get it and report back to you. So the Chamber of Commerce here and our partners have a host of programs and benefits that we offer our members. I'm going to speak primarily to the Bloomington events, and Brent will speak to the Minneapolis Regional events. And either of these you can attend anywhere you'd like. We have over 130 events. We can't even attend all of our events, so don't feel bad if you can't either. So here in Bloomington, we have our membership meetings, which includes our State of the City event, or we'll have a speaker come in and speak to a different topic. We'll partner with another chamber in an event. And so we try to meet within our chambers once a quarter just for our membership meetings. And then we have a program called Beer, and that is our partnership with it's the Bloomington, Edina, Eden Prairie, and Richfield Chambers of Commerce. And we do an event with them once a quarter as well, with each of the chambers being the host location. And great news, November's the Bloomington Chambers month. So we're super excited about that and hope you can all attend. It's a great event, and it's your chance to meet with other chamber members from other chambers as well. Then we have our Public Affairs Forum and Committee that we do things like legislative recap, or we're going to be doing a candidate forum coming up in October. So here at our chamber, we work at the local level as well as the regional level downtown, and of course that all flows up to the state. Business Matters, Safety Matters is a great program we have with the Bloomington Police Department, and we put on a program once a quarter with them, and it can be anything from, I know we've had a canine demonstration, or we went through a series of cybersecurity information, which was very interesting and powerful. And so we had the expert from the Bloomington Police Department out speaking about that, and it was just really great. We had a lot of great feedback on the program. So what's up next is out there being prepared right now, so I'm not quite sure, but that's a great program for you as well. And this also includes...
Yeah, on the Minneapolis Regional and Northeast Minneapolis side, I feel like we should do a chamber karaoke social. We haven't done that since I've been about...
Go right ahead. Yeah, why don't you start it off here?
We might, if anyone's interested, maybe later we can do that. So once a year, if you do any business in the city of Minneapolis, we have Business Day at City Hall. The mayor will open up the session, and we do breakout sessions with the city departments. Bloomington is also holding a similar program, actually in a week or so, week from Friday. So involved in local government, yes, it's a great opportunity to get in front of the people who represent you personally and professionally. Good Morning Minneapolis, kind of like the name sounds, breakfast meetings in Minneapolis having to do with Minneapolis specific topics. Nicollet Mall redesign was the one we did last. We were at the New Star Tribune headquarters. Obviously downtown East and the stadium development have been some of the bigger pictures there. Small Business University and Small Business Lunch and Learns. As Maureen mentioned, the majority of our membership is small business, so we have specific programming that is of interest to small business members. It's also a great opportunity for you as members to present as subject matter experts to fellow chamber members. Grow Minnesota is a statewide program done through the Minnesota State Chamber, where we conduct private interviews with businesses throughout the region. They get rolled up into an annual statewide business climate portrait or snapshot, and we do that as a chamber, and we have chamber member volunteers who are part of that committee who go on those visits and conduct those conversations. Critical Issues Forum is a larger regional piece. We do quarterly. Minneapolis Regional Chamber will take the lead on some of those bigger topics and bring other chambers in as needed. This quarterly luncheon, like I said, is on larger topics. We'll have one the end of this month on workforce development, attracting and retaining millennials. So look for those as well. And then Town Talk is a Northeast Pacific policy and informational session, usually held 5 times a year over breakfast.
Great, thank you, Brent. So we've got lots of ways to network with your peers. All of our events give you an opportunity to connect with people. So whether it's a small networking group or a large beer event or an event downtown here, if you're looking to meet people, generate business, make some connections, the Chamber can help you out with that. And always remember, I think that connections really expands outside of the person you are directly speaking to. It also could mean friends or acquaintances that they know where they would be able to connect you as well. Here in Bloomington, we have a program called Let's Connect networking opportunity, and that is run every other month here at the Chamber office. And what we do is, I always call it kind of a guided networking event. We have 40 to 50 businesses that come, and they are able to introduce themselves, talk a little bit about their business. It's your opportunity to learn a little bit, so it's more of, as I said, a guided networking, and a lot of people participate with that. Something new for 2016 with regards to Let's Connect is we are going to take that program on the road and be out visiting with some of our member companies who are going to host our Let's Connect event. So super exciting. Happy hour networking, who doesn't like that? That happens once a quarter, and actually the next one is coming up October 8th at the Embassy Suites in Bloomington, and they just had a large remodel over there, so it's going to be a ribbon cutting and a happy hour event. And we generally have anywhere from around 80 people that attend that event, and as I said, it's fun, it's your opportunity to connect in kind of an informal way, and then if you like libations and that, that's a good deal for you. Then we also have our South Metro Young Professionals group. So our YP group, they meet and go out every other month throughout the year, and they do everything from doing a miniature golf championship to they'll have a speaker come in, they'll visit a business that has an interest to that group. So they're always doing something, and if you have an interest in participating with them, just let us know and we'll put you in touch with the group, generally for ages 20 to 40, I'd say. This also includes...
Right, on the Minneapolis Regional side, Drive Emerging Leaders is the young professionals group out of Minneapolis. They hold monthly breakfast roundtables from January through October, the third Friday of every month. So next week Friday, Brian Woolsey from DTZ is going to be talking about the moving pieces of the downtown office space world. And then they do 2 or 3 social events throughout the year. Executive Women's Council, kind of like the name implies, for mid to senior level women executives, women business owners, 4 or 5 luncheons throughout the year, and then a social event. Next week, they're going to be at the Women's Club of Minneapolis, and State Senator Melissa Franzen is going to be the featured speaker. She represents a lot of the area of Bloomington and Edina, so that might be a draw for some people in the room. We do have some business referral groups, ChamberNet and B2B. In Bloomington, there are 2 ChamberNet groups that meet. In Minneapolis, there's a business-to-business group. Business referral groups, similar to BNI, but they meet once a month instead of once a week. They're chamber-specific. Chris has been a part of one before, so he'd be a good resource, good for establishing business leads and following up on them. And then the Minneapolis equivalent to Let's Connect and Happy Hour Networking are Get Acquainted Breakfast and Northeast Networking Night. So as Rhonda said, one month we'll have a morning meeting, and the next month we'll have an after hours. This month is the morning meeting month. Get Acquainted Breakfast later in the month. We're going to be at the Solar Arts Building for the Fall Fine Arts kickoff. So you get to see some art, have some breakfast, and get up and give your elevator speech. And then Northeast Networking Nights, similar to happy hours, we kind of take a back seat, let you do the mixing and mingling, and you're kind of on your own there to make some new networks, some new partnerships.
And you'll see that at our events, in that Even today, you might have a red sticker on your name badge, and that signifies to us that you are a new member. And so our ambassadors will reach out to say hi, make some connections for you, or just make you feel welcome, because a lot of people go, I don't want to go to a networking event. That, to me, is very scary or awkward in that. But once you've met a couple of people, it's great, because then you come in and hopefully you'll relay that along to the next people that you meet as well. So chambers, they're all there to meet other people. So it's a friendly group. And as I said, we like to have fun too. We're also engaged in our community. Here in Bloomington, we are the founders of the Bloomington Future Leaders Group, which is a partnership that we have with Jefferson and Kennedy schools and their seniors, in which we do 2 seminars a year, one in the fall and one in the spring. And we help those students who want to learn more about business, learn about networking, or learn what a Chamber of Commerce is, or talk about industries that they might have an interest in once they leave high school. That's a great program, and it has a huge scholarship component to it as well. Last year we gave around $5,000 to 5 different students. So we are looking this year to increase that scholarship amount and continue on. And I think we have a video at the end of this, and you'll hear actually from some students who participate in the Future Leaders. And then community outreach. We like to give back to our community, and so every other month we will go out and we will do a service project at one of our nonprofits. It's everything from raking leaves in the fall and helping seniors prepare for winter, to stocking food shelves, to building a Santa house. And that's just a great opportunity for businesses to send volunteers to and get out there and active. And of course, that's that connection too with other members. So it's a great program, and we're lucky to have it.
Yeah, all 3 of the chambers are deeply invested in education at different levels. So we have a lot of our members who work very closely with workforce development issues and student achievement issues. And so you'll find that as a consistent theme throughout the chambers. Community Connections is the Minneapolis Regional equivalent to community outreach, where we have ready-made service projects for our members with our member nonprofits to do something good and network and give back. And then Weed It and Reap is a specific fall and spring cleanup program that's been going on in Northeast Minneapolis for years.
Some of our premier events out here in Bloomington. We also like to kick off the year with our annual gala, which is going to be at the Westin Edina this year. And it is always a themed event, and I will tell you, over the top in theme and atmosphere. Last year we did Rewind the 80s, which was, we had a Prince tribute band, we had a bunch of rock and rollers there, Ghostbusters, just all kinds of folks. So it's kind of a fun way to get out, mix and mingle with fellow members, or bring folks from your company to go out. And I highly encourage you to participate in that, because it's just plain fun. Then we also have, we wouldn't be a Chamber of Commerce if we didn't have our annual golf classic. Ours happens in June, and that's another great day out on the course. So we kind of run the golf tournament for all the members of the chamber. So you see folks from US Bank or Target or what have you out on the course that day. Of course, you can sponsor a hole, you can come just for the dinner, and generally it's about 75 and sunny.
It's always beautiful.
Which is a Chamber of Commerce day. That is the definition of a Chamber of Commerce day. Our Bloomington annual meeting will happen early in January, and that's really our kickoff to talk about what happened in 2015, what was good about 2015, where what are some of our accomplishments, and then also to talk about what's coming up for 2016. And this year there'll be something special happening. We are going to be publishing our first business directory and resource guide, which will be distributed at that. So for all of you folks here, your company and you as the contact will be listed in our directory. So when one of our members is sitting at their desk and they're like, boy, I need a banker, I need a this, they can flip to bankers and go down and call anybody that they'd like. So we're really excited about this and think it'll be just great for our community here, and that will be specific to the Bloomington Chamber. Then we have our State of the City, happens in March, and that is in partnership with the Bloomington City Hall. We will have our city administrator, Jamie Verbrugge, and also our mayor come out, and they really talk about kind of the same thing, you know, what's been going on at the city, what's new and exciting, you know, what's going to happen in 2016 and that. And there may or may not be some changes depending on the election this year as well. And then another great event is the MSP Airport Luncheon. And that actually is going to be Wednesday, October 21st. As you've heard, we've got lots of different networking opportunities, smaller events, medium events. Well, this is a mega event. We're going to have probably about 500 people over here at the DoubleTree Bloomington, and we'll be hearing from the CEO of the airport, Jeff Hamill, and he's actually the longest running CEO of the airport, and he will be speaking to us that day. So this is an opportunity to meet with, you know, lots of corporate folks come out to that, senior leaders and that. So it's just diversifying the events that you're participating in. So if you haven't done one of these, consider doing them because they're informative, they're fun, they're educational.
And on the Minneapolis and Northeast side, it's not on the list, but we also have an annual meeting. It's in February. Last year it was a game show theme, so you could actually win some money and prizes when you left. We may repeat that because it was very popular.
Well, we're giving away a directory.
Okay, all right, fair. Well, I'll keep that in mind. That's, you know, we work well together. We don't want to,
That's right. We're a team.
We're a team. Best in Business Awards, we recognize members who are knocking it out of the park every year. 5 different categories: nonprofit, small business, emerging business, large business, quality of life. Bloomington businesses have won in the past. You can self-nominate. You can nominate a chamber member business that you work with. Nominations come out toward the end of the year, beginning of the year, and the recognition luncheon is held toward the end of March. Minnesota Keystone is probably the largest program that we do as a chamber. It's a statewide recognition event for, it's a statewide recognition program for businesses that give back 2% or more of pre-tax earnings back to the community in one way, shape, or form. It can be actual money, it can be donations, it could be volunteer hours. There's a calculation on our website if you wanted to look at that. And then every December, we hold a luncheon where we honor 3 of the Keystone program members, and we have a keynote speaker of note for that. So look at that. And then we actually put on a parade as a chamber. It's usually the day after the golf tournament. It's the 3rd Tuesday in June, and that's along Central Avenue in Northeast. And parades are a lot of fun. It's been going on for 86 plus years. And then Northeast Minneapolis has its own community celebration in the late fall, early winter in conjunction with its community partners.
So here within the chamber, you can join any number of committees. One is our ambassador committees, of which we have several ambassadors in the room today, and they really serve as the face of the chamber, going out and welcoming new businesses, attending ribbon cuttings, you know, making sure they're extending a friendly hand to new members coming in to events and that. And then we have our annual gala, which actually the first committee meeting is, I believe, Wednesday, and that is a huge production that is put on. So if you have an interest in that, just a great fun committee, and all culminating with the gala. Annual golf committee, lots of people participate on the committee there and help us out with everything from helping us with our silent auction to, you know, driving golf carts around that day to helping us plan the event. And so that's another good one, and both of those are some of our top events here. Bloomington Future Leaders, I know there's always opportunity to volunteer at our conferences, do mock interviews at the end of the year, and I know there's a couple of people in the room that participate with that. Grow Minnesota, as Brent said, that is our statewide initiative to retain the businesses that we have in Minnesota and also to increase growth for our businesses. And you can join that committee. Public Affairs, they also work with Grow Minnesota, and they're working on local workforce development, company development, and that, and they know everything that's going on new in Bloomington. And then the YP group, if you're interested in participating on that committee, that's just a fun group to be part of, and they are open to volunteers at this point. We also have, our website's unique in the fact that you can go to bloomingtonchamber.org, and right off that webpage you can go to Minneapolis and Northeast and learn about their chambers or click into what their programs are. Here at the Bloomington Chamber, our front area is a little bit different than Minneapolis and Northeast, but when you go up in the right-hand corner under member directory, it lists all of our members, including you folks. So lots of ways to promote your business on our website, and some of the benefits, obviously online membership directory, and you can access the full listing of our membership too. We have a Excel spreadsheet that we send out to our members. You get a free website link in your directory listing. You can have an enhanced business listing, and that gives you the opportunity to have a big header. You can have photos, you can have bullet points of information, just a much more, as it says, enhanced listing on the website, and a lot of people participate with that. We offer, if you have a discount that you want to share with members, member discount program. So if you have a special and you'd like to share it, you can do that at no charge on our website. And also, same with hot deals and job postings. So I'm going to call Keith after this and let him know, post your jobs on our website. So we'll feel free to check it out and peruse our website. Many of you have gotten your login and password, and that's where you get access to the backside of your business listing. Member benefits also include our community calendar. So we list all of the events throughout our community. So people submit them so that you're aware of what's going on in Bloomington or Minneapolis and that. Member news. If something's going on at your company, if you just hired 100 new people, we want to hear about it. Or if you've expanded or whatever's happened in your company, you can share it with us and we will make sure it gets out in our member news. Also on our webpage, you can sign up to be one of our featured members, and so you'll spend time, your logo, your company's information right on our homepage. And our website gets about 31,000 visitors between our chambers each month, so it's not a small ticket there. Member referral program, we only refer our members, and we do get calls saying, hey, I'm looking for so-and-so or this or that, and we love to send referrals out too. We have office and conference facilities, so this room is available to rent if you're interested in that, or we have a smaller room. A lot of people use it for companies coming into town. They might use it as a hiring place that they can be doing interviews and that. They might do training for their company. They might want to have an off-site meeting with their executive team, and that's the kind of things that happen in addition to the events that we have here in this office. And then another cool thing is we offer sporting event tickets for a number of our teams, and I was actually just looking at one of our companies, and they've been going to a lot of Twins games this year. So you can have access, the seats are great, and they sell out fairly quickly, but if you have clients or employees that you want to recognize, you can purchase some tickets and put them in a good seat for a game. Chamber benefits.
Rhonda talked a little bit about the database. We update it monthly. You can access it with your username and password under resources, or we can send it to you as well. It's really nice to sort if you're holding a large event and you want to send a mailing. You can use that. We give you everything except for email addresses, so you're not just kind of getting bombarded or bombarding people with those. Minnesota Drug Card is an opportunity to save on prescription drugs. It's good statewide. So for people, if you know anybody who's still uninsured or underinsured, they can take that and see if they can get some discount on prescription medications. And then we have some affinity programs on a national kind of buying leverage power with both Office Depot, Office Max, and UPS. So if you have any office supplies, break room supplies, if you do shipping, you might want to check that out. I think the first best step on that is just to go to the website and click on those icons and enter in a little information, and you can see how much you can save.
So what the Chamber can do for you is obviously promote your business through ribbon cuttings, grand openings. That big red scissors is everywhere doing everything. And then that's where our ambassadors come out. And I encourage all of our members to attend ribbon cuttings and that. Celebrate business, celebrate success of a new opening or increase in business and that. So when you see a ribbon cutting, make sure you sign up. Sponsorship opportunities, we have a host of them. All of our events, oftentimes we'll have a sponsor, very reasonable prices for sponsorship. Our gala and our golf are big ones. And then also on our website, you can promote your business through a banner ad. In our Monday weekly update, which we send out, although today it was on Tuesday, you can sponsor that at a very reasonable price as well. And then out of Minneapolis, we have Connections, which is the regional e-newsletter, and again, there's opportunities there. So if you're looking to get your name front and center in front of all of our members and then some, those are some of the channels that you would have for that. Back to our enhanced business listing opportunity, everyone receives the basic features with their membership. But as I said, if you'd like to enhance that, hopefully as a new member, you've received your how to enhance your listing in that. I know Brent is kind of the expert on that, so if you haven't done it, make sure you do that because you're missing out on an opportunity for promoting your business. You can show your chamber support. We have a proud member sticker that we send out to all of our new members. They receive a plaque, and also we have a logo that you can actually put on your homepage of your website showing that you're a proud member of the chamber. And our members, they do like to do business with other chamber members. Oh, in fact, there was a survey that said 63% of consumers also are more likely to buy from a chamber member business. You can stay informed. Laura handles all of our Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. As I said, our Monday e-newsletters come out every Monday morning. Regional e-connections is sent twice a month. First and third Thursdays. So if you want to know what's going on in our region, those are the two pieces to be looking at. So what's next? So if you're not a member, you should join the chamber, or if you're a member, you should think about doing some committee work or attending an event that you haven't attended, or maybe a different event than what you've normally attended. Check out our member directory. Make sure to review your placement in our business directory towards the end of the year so you're listed correctly, and explore our website. In front of you, you all have a couple pieces of paper about our calendar, kind of what steps. If you have an interest in a committee in that, make sure to fill that out and leave it with us. That's how people get, that's how we grow our committees and that. So feel free to go through that a bit. And then, as I said, I'd encourage you to attend Let's Connect, which is coming up September 17th. That is our morning guided networking program that does have a small fee attached to it, but it's a great group and a fun morning. Happy hour networking in October. Friday the 18th, we have a great new event, Business Day at City Hall, and talking about workforce development. And we'll also be hearing from the city administrator the results of the first ever business survey here in Bloomington, which will be very interesting. So I encourage you, if you haven't signed up for that, to do so. And then what I'd like to do is just play a small video to wrap up our program for today.
I joined the Bloomington Chamber of Commerce because the networking opportunities were fantastic. The people are so friendly, and I came on board in a year where they had an incredible number of small businesses.
We became involved with the Chamber because we wanted to be part of the community. We think that if the business community thrives, then the whole community thrives. and that's very important to us.
I love the Monday updates. They tell me not just what's going on within the Bloomington Chamber, but the Minneapolis Chamber as well. And so I'm able to see different activities and events that I can share with my colleagues to find more ways to connect.
I think they have the pulse of how the city of Bloomington interacts with their businesses, things that are very important to us. And I think that that's one of the big benefits of having an organization like this.
Bringing people together, talking about critical issues, learning together, it's definitely a benefit as a member of the chamber.
When the chamber is healthy, it just really helps all the businesses and really the residents of the city of Bloomington.
Future Leaders Program is a program for high school students to get involved in the business field and network a little more with important people in our city, such as important leaders or business owners.
I talked to a few of them and I thought they were really interesting and insightful, and like what I need to do to help become successful in life.
I wanted to get involved because I want to go into politics when I grow up, and I think it's good to start learning leadership skills from an early age.
We've been doing Business Matters, Safety Matters. It's a way to bring free programming to the businesses here in Bloomington because we want all of our businesses to be safe. You got to get out and meet your neighbors, and once you have that investment where you know your neighbor, you're more likely to watch out for them, and that's what we want to see in our business community as well.
There's an attraction there, there's a value there that you're not going to get with any other marketing dollar available to a small business today.
There's an opportunity for you to get engaged and to get involved, and whether that's advocating on behalf of business issues, whether that's networking and growing your business, or whether that's volunteering and having an impact on the community and the civic vitality of the region. There's an opportunity for everyone to get involved in a way that matters to them.
Are there any specific questions that you'd like to ask now? And if not, I would say feel free to stay and chat with some of your fellow members. If you want to speak about a committee or what have you, or turn in your sheets, you can do so either to me or Brent, or simply place them on the table up here. So thanks for coming out on this Tuesday, and have a great rest of the afternoon.